Good morning. I guess this has just got to be said also. Okay. It just seems like there are millions of people, particularly in America, that don't even know who the good guys are. Okay. They don't. And information war, listen, it would be easy for me to get on, accumulate a lot of money, get a fancy studio, get on there and put a cowboy hat on, put an American flag behind me, talk your talk, and hey, wow, he's one of us. I believe that you all know what higher intelligence is, which is higher education, right? Abuse leads to self abuse. You want a demo model of that? Watch people walking down the street with a mask on, okay? That's sadomasochism. Depriving yourself of electrons means you want to kill yourself. Don't tell me that you're not intelligent enough to figure out that what you're doing is depriving yourself of electrons. What do you think you run on? Nobody can be that unintelligent because what it does is drive down your intelligence. So what does that do? We collected all the data. That's what light workers do. Okay? I collected all the data. So it's really easy to be able to go on and listen to these guys who promote themselves as patriots. Patriots. That becomes a mem word. Oh, a patriot. What is a patriot? They love their country. Now, here's a qualifier. There are people that look like us, okay, that love who they are. They love their families. They go to work every day serving demons, okay? Self-abuse themselves all the time by buying all the stuff that's made by demons, driving cars made by demons, okay? Travel around in systems, transportation systems by demons. Everything that you interface with every day, including your communication systems, all of it was put in place in order to do what? Create an extinction event. Humanity's extinction. All the data's in on that. Okay? Go take a look at all the work that was done by conservation biologist Dr. Guy McPherson at the University of Arizona. He was professor emeritus there. He stepped down to do independent research. He didn't give humanity 2030. So that's a measurement of evolution. An evolution of higher cosmic intelligence, isn't it? So it begins with abuse and it leads to self-abuse. Now, I saw this right around age 8. So I figured, how are they getting away with this? Time cycles. Shortening the time cycles of your learning. How fast are you learning? Because these beings obviously lived in the greatest fear that you were going to figure it out, self-empower yourself, and self-rule yourselves, which is exactly what it says in the Declaration of Independence. So I posted up on my Facebook page, is humanity capable of self-ruling themselves without a paternalistic savior program because they're still a child, an abused child that never healed. Got their battery back up and said, I'm not going to allow that abuser to abuse me anymore because I'm more powerful than they are because I run with love in my heart. So this is an inner journey of self-discovery. Because in my opinion, and this was pretty easy for me to do as a child, is who are you? Really? Because we have the ability, when you're doing light work and healing and teaching and being a peacekeeper, reading the DNA timeline is easy. It's called resistance. Okay? Across vectors of time-space. Okay? When were you abused? And usually when I see it and I read it, particularly with males, okay, males have a tendency to be more open about it when another male talks to them than it is a female. Okay? But usually a female recognizes a healer. Okay? Because that woman hasn't lost her soul connection. from being siphoned off by these beings. So when I noticed that if you go to these places like Patriot Street Fighter, right, even Robert David Steele, okay, all these guys that are representing what I call status quo, resurrecting the United States of America, okay? In other words, just another copy of the same thing that was already in place that was used to keep people as slaves. That's why, as I understand it, they're known as assemblies. People, higher intelligence that's coming together to form what? A community, a thriving community that serves itself best. So when that happens, what happens to humanity? That's self-evident, isn't it? So when I think about this, it's a decision that humanity is going to have to make. Because most people don't even know they're liberated. Most of these patriot sites don't even tell you about the Speak Project. They don't even tell you who Kim Go-Goon is. Do they? Do they? Nope. You get the same dribble. Q, Kushner, all that junk. Well, that tells me what side they're working on. Okay? They believe in all that shit. Q is Kushner. Okay? Kushner is Black Sun, a bad guy. He could care less about your future. You're just another source, a commodity. So at some point, people got to wake up. Self-rule is self-love. So self-assembly, right? Self-organizing a thriving community, right? How did we veer so far off? Because this is how it works. If you can't heal yourself and do the inner work, then the next generational cycle becomes another generation of children that are abused. They become adults, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. That's how they've been harvesting energy off humanity for a gazillion years. Because people just couldn't wake up, re-empower themselves, get their light back up, and begin to learn the basics. That's what the Indians do. They teach you the basics about energy medicine, what energy is, how light works. That's why I do everything that I do. And I hope that for whatever time I put into this, that it reaches some people in which they can realize and snap out of it. It's not up to me, that's up to you. What it really is a measurement of not only your own evolution, of intelligence and creativity, but who you really are. So that's an identity function, isn't it? So I'll leave you with that. What's all your identity?